From an undisclosed location in North America, you are watching episode 32 of Card to Card. We have some weird episodes from time to time, and this is one of the stranger ones. Now, this is Robo flowers. Now, this is a really cool artwork there. This is a card from the MetaZoo UFO first edition set. There's the really neat artwork. I've always wondered, what in the world is Robo flowers? This artwork's by Sebastian Botello. So really cool, very colorful artwork there. And you see these Robo flowers. So, what are Robo flowers? Like, why did they make this card in MetaZoo? Well, this is a really strange story. This is a little girl from 1924 in Pasco County, Florida. She kept this encounter that she had secret for 50 years before she told this story. And it's very compelling. So her name was Evelyn Wint, and she was playing on the schoolyard, the lawn there at the school of the St. Joseph School there in Pasco County in Florida. And we have a picture of that school. Just wanted to get a picture in our mind of where this was. Okay. This image is not disturbing. Usually we say images may be disturbing, but it just looks like a regular old school. And of course down here, it looks like that's the lawn area. Don't know exactly where on the lawn this happened, but that's the school. Okay. So, Evelyn, she was noticed a glowing egg-shaped object. She didn't say exactly how big it was, at least from the accounts I read, but she saw this glowing egg-shaped object on the ground, and it was so bright that she had to shield her eyes. And she also thinks that maybe the intense brightness was so strong that it may have knocked her unconscious briefly. And because the next thing she remembered, the egg dimmed. It wasn't quite as bright. It dimmed down, and it left a saucer-like object. So I'm trying to visualize that, like maybe the glow looked like an egg, and then as the glow went away, she could see the shape of it. So a hatch opened on the side, and the occupants of the saucer came out. And she described the occupants as little robotic flowers. Really interesting. I've never heard of something like this before. So these little robotic flowers, they were trying to aim some sort of weapon at the school's science building. And they were kind of like struggling with it because they're like pretty small. So we actually have an artist rendition of the actual Robo flowers and their weapons. So now this might be more disturbing for viewers. Let's see, let me bring it up here. Alright, so here's the actual artist rendition of these Robo flowers. As you can see, they're carrying some sort of weapon, and very strange, like just crazy. Okay, so like I said, they appeared to be struggling quite a bit with this weapon. So Evelyn tried to help them, and they're like, "Yeah, sure, help us," but it was so heavy that she could not budge it. So this weapon was very heavy, and they communicated with her telepathically, and they found that and they told her that they found the experiments that were being done in that science building were disturbing, and they intended to destroy it. Now, as it turned out, they didn't actually destroy it. Maybe they decided to give it some more time. I don't know. Let's see. They decided not to destroy it at that time, brought the weapon back to their ship. They actually offered to take Evelyn with them, but she very wisely said no. And then the saucer took off, and it like went back to this really bright light and disappeared. I mean, it took off into space, I guess. And interestingly, as a side note, that science building was soon left in shambles. So people have speculated: did they return and destroy the building, or did they discover that people didn't use it anymore for those experiments? But anyway, no one was continuing these whatever disturbing experiments that were going on that really caught the attention of these Robo flower guys. And it is called a beastie alien, so at least a lot of people feel like this was a UFO. These were aliens. And we were actually able to, if I'm being told, we're actually able to find a video of some Robo flowers. So let's go ahead and roll that now. Okay, well, that was definitely not Robo flowers. And man, this being back in the 20s, first it was just a little girl. She didn't have a camera. People didn't have camera phones back then. So there's no actual pictures or videos of these Robo flowers. And I've never heard of any other types of encounters with this type of being or entity, like little robot flower people. But as we look at the card, this is the part of the video where we take a closer look at the art and see if we find little Easter eggs in there. And we see a bee. I wonder if those are those radioactive hornets. They're pollinating these flowers. And it does say date of birth 1924 and GPS Florida, USA. So it's definitely this card is referring to that encounter that Evelyn had. And the flavor text, and it's always very small, hard for me to read. The animated Robo flowers are always testing new and advanced weaponry, but the little aliens often need help with lugging their larger technology around. So definitely goes into what that story was all about, where she tried to help them and it was just super heavy stuff. She was not able to help them lug this weapon around. But really colorful, cool artwork there. Great job by Sebastian Botello. And I think this is a great addition to the this is a perfect set for this card to be in, the UFO set. And yes, there was an actual story behind this weird themed card here, Robo flowers. So pretty cool. And if you're out in your lawn and you look over and like, whoa, there's a really bright egg laying in my yard, you definitely want to keep your eyes out.